Hi, everybody. Hey, today's message is I want to share some keys to a successful day, right? Actually, this is a topic that's really big and really wide, and we can go deep on many different individual little parts of this, and we will probably over time. But today we're just going to kind of do an overview uh, of how kind of a successful day looks, right? And it basically comes down to this: it's intentionality and then discipline. All right. Now, there's lots of people who are just either naturally disciplined about their day, or over time, they've sort of learned how to do it, and they don't necessarily have to be all that thoughtful because they're just kind of naturally that way. I'm not one of those people. I've found myself all over the place many times, and so I've put into place some practices that have been helpful, and so I just want to share those with you. And I want to say this too, the mindset of hey, I'm just going to kind of see what the day brings. We're just going to go at it. Well, that's a great vacation day mindset, I think. It's not so good when I'm actually trying to get stuff done, though, okay? So, again, you got to be intentional. You got to do your best to stay focused on what's important for that day. And you got to be fighting off all the distractions because, man, there are tons. We all know that, right? All right, so here's the 5 things that I have found that work pretty good for me. So the first is starts the night before. All right, I got to look ahead to the next day and potentially, depending on the day, take action on some things. For example, like several days a week, I have a big, long, horrible commute from where I live into Center City, Philadelphia, and in order those days for me start at 4:30 in the morning, right? And so, in order for me to make that go smoothly, as smoothly as possible, the night before I got to get a bunch of stuff ready, right? So, for example, I always prepare my food for the next day, the night before, my food and my nutrition. Super important. Even if I'm going out to lunch, I still get sort of the nutrition and the things that are important around whatever lunch is. Also, there's always a workout, so I got to get my gym bag ready and what I need for whatever that workout is. I also just get my clothes ready because 4:30 in the morning, doesn't matter what time of year it is dark, right? So that's the first thing. Okay. Number two is always have an intentional time to be getting out of bed, to be waking up, right? And then when you do that, you get out of bed with a focused mindset. Okay, that's a topic that we'll talk about another time as well. All right, so all right, so the third thing is now we're going to start the real part of our day. But actually, before we really start the kind of work part of the day, there's a few things that I do as well, and this is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, but very important things. But the first thing and that I think about, and the first thing that I do is really sort of be thankful, right? I kind of create a gratitude list, if you will, right? There is so much. Doesn't matter who you are and what place in life you are. There are lots of things. We are blessed with lots of things, and it's really important to be thankful and mindful of those things. It's also an time for affirmation. So, you're trying to get somewhere, obviously, because you're trying to make the day successful. So it's important to know where you are too. So it's important to just be mindful of where you are presently. Okay. That's the first thing. And then the next thing I do is think about the vision and the goals, the steps to get there, right? Because this is how we're going to start planning. So, maybe your vision is that you're a dual income family and you're looking to get to be a single income family, right? For whatever reason. And so you need to do certain things in order to make that happen. Or maybe your vision is that you're going to participate in an Ironman triathlon at some point, right? And so, it takes a disciplined training plan to get from where you are today to there. So that's the vision, right? And then the goals are individual little goals along that path, along however you're trying to get to whatever that vision is. Okay, so it's important to think about those. It's important to think about where you are with that and be mindful. All right, so now we plan the day. It's important. You've got to plan your day. Okay, so sit down and make a couple of lists, right? One thing I make a list of is what are the things for that day that contribute to the goals and the vision. All right, these are the things I need to get done today, or my attempt to get done today, in order to make that the vision just a little bit closer, right? Then I make a list of things that have to be done. Probably have nothing to do with whatever the vision and goals are, but it's like living life, right? For example, I got to call the dentist. I got to take the dog to the groomer. I got to do this, got to do that. Those things, right? Also very important. They're on the list, all right? And then The third part of that is you make sure you plan your fitness every day, even if it's just walking. Like, you may not have any specific race or real fitness goals, but it's important that you're doing something physical every day. Like I said, even if it's just walking, make sure it's in your plan for the day, no matter what. Okay, so that's the big topic of number 3. What do we do before we start our day? Okay, now number 4 is the day. So it's execution and focus. Execution and focus. Take your list, start working down it. Okay, and focus. Keep the distractions to a minimum. Again, big, huge topic. We'll talk about that at some point. Okay, end of the day. We've done our day, or we got whatever the end has brought to us. Now it's important you review. Go back, either look at your list or think through the day and say, okay, well, I did this well. I got that done. That was good. Not so good here, not so good there. I can do better there next day. All right? And so it's constant review and adjust for the next day as well. Okay, so I hope you got some value out of that. Thanks. Also, I would love to hear from you. What are the things that you do in your day that make it useful, right? What are your daily disciplines that have contributed to, making your day successful? So comment here in the post, and love to hear from you. We can all learn from each other. So thanks. Have a great day.